Exactly 1 year ago, in the same room, I was watching my TV shows and scrolling through TikTok, hoping that I would study in the evening when I was supposed to study right now. Then, when the evening arrives, I would hope that I would study tomorrow. When the tomorrow arrives, I would say to myself that I would study the day after tomorrow. And 1 week would pass by with me procrastinating and never doing the task. Now, studying is something easy for me. I don't even find it challenging anymore. I just do it as part of my regular routine. I don't find it hard. I actually start to enjoy it. It became a side quest for me. For a lot of students, their main goal while they're staying in the university might be trying to get a degree, and they allocate most of their time and energy to keep up their grades. It became so easy for me. Now it's like a side quest. I spend 2 hours on it. I have higher GPAs than most of my peers, and I still manage to do anything I want during my day. I have a lot of free time. So how did I manage from not being able to study 1 hour a day to fully mastering the art of discipline? Before we start, I would like to focus on the limiting beliefs a lot of people have about studying. Most of the people I notice have this belief that they don't have the genetic factor for studying. They have this idea that only smart people can succeed with their studies. Maybe you think you're not good enough. Maybe you think you're not smart enough. And the second belief, they self-prescribe and self-diagnose themselves as lazy. They think they're lazier than an average student or a high-achieving student, so they don't expect to achieve high grades because they're lazy, which is also a self-destructive belief. If you think you're stupid and lazy, how are you expecting to succeed in exams and achieving anything if you just self-diagnose yourself as stupid and lazy? I will destroy these two self-destructive beliefs in this video, so bear with me. You've probably already watched a lot of videos on the way to improve your studying game, but none of them seem to work. So I need to stop consuming content and focus on this video. Give it your full attention. If you struggle with some parts and don't see any progress, you can write to the comment section and I will personally answer to your questions. If this video helps at least one person to receive genuine value and change their lives even a little bit to the better, then I think this video is already successful. Most of the things I'm going to teach you, you have already heard from other people, from watching YouTube videos, but you still fail to follow them. For example, you might already know about the concept of instant gratification and delayed gratification, but still here you are watching Netflix videos for hours and procrastinating your tasks. I was in the same situation last year, watching 100 YouTube videos on how to improve your life, how to delay instant gratification, then just sitting in my room, scrolling through TikTok and doing literally nothing. The moment of genuine change was when I started watching the videos of Hamza. He again brought up the concept of instant gratification and how to stop doing it. But I think he did it in the way explaining deeply why we should do it and proving to me that without delaying the gratification, I'm not going to achieve any of my goals. I would like this video to be of the same value for you. It will be like the final slap to your face, reminding you to stop. I think you can finally stop consuming content and focus on this video to improve your studies. I will help personally. If you have any issues, write to the comment section and I will contact you. I would like to start off by talking about instant gratification, how it's ruining your life. You already know about this, but let it click in your mind. Let me try to explain it to you so it's clearer to you. Now, we just watched another video and you feel happy about yourself, but after years of neglecting delayed and instant gratification benefits, after years of that, you're in your room, broke, lazy, fat, without achieving any of your goals, without any friends, regretting your life decisions, cripplingly depressed. Do you want this kind of life? Or do you want the kind of life of a hardworking man, of a well-respected man, of a happy man with a happy family, with happy friends. And you may say to yourself, what about my social life? If I delete, for example, social media, what about my social life? And then you should ask yourself, did I really make any genuine friendships that benefit me and that are going to last for years through using Instagram? Or did you just use Instagram for the sake of staring like a creep at dancing girls? I think this point is more nuanced and has a lot of nuanced points to it. You probably have a lot of mental health issues. You have issues talking with people. You feel lonely, alienated from people, and disconnected. So I should probably record much more videos specifically about this topic, but for now just do this. I use Instagram to make thumbnails for these videos, but fuck it. Just press delete for the sake of point. I don't even use Facebook, but delete. Now I believe we are on the right track for success. I think it's going to be hard and you might be tempted to download them back, but it's going to be hard, my friend. You can't expect to change your life that easy. You might say yourself, why I just don't put it on the airplane mode, but I think it's just coping. Because let's say you're trying to quit smoking. Would you buy a pack of cigarettes and keep it in your pocket and say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to smoke it? Of course you'll be tempted to smoke it. The same with airplane mode. You will put it on airplane mode. Then if it's on your phone, you can just turn off the airplane mode and start using social media. The same situation is with the cigarette packs. So I would suggest for you to delete it completely. The second point is the physical activity. Working out, jogging. I think you already know that physical activity literally enhances your IQ, protects your well-being, protects you from all kinds of diseases. And more importantly, it's essential for your happiness and productivity. You might say to yourself, oh, but I know people who don't work out. I know people who smoke, take alcohol, take drugs, don't perform any physical activity, and they still get good grades. It's the same logic as saying that, some guy who lived to their late 80s while being heavy smokers. You might say, my uncle smokes heavy when he's still 75 and healthy. Should we all fucking start smoking because some guy lived until his 80s from smoking? He didn't die from smoking. Does it mean that we all have to smoke and we will not get any adverse health effects? Of course we will. Some of us will die from lung cancer at the age of 60 if all we do is smoke. So your argument that some people don't perform physical activity and still perform really well on exams is bullshit. You have to start doing physical activity, at least something. If you're the type of guy that didn't even attend physical activity classes in schools, and the actionable step for you would be to start taking a 20-minute walk every day. It would be so beneficial for you. You're not there yet, like lifting weights and building muscle, but you will one day, I promise you. For now, you can just take 30-minute walks every day. That's enough. And you will already get a lot of benefits from it. If you think about it, our bodies were designed to perform in nature, bathing in sun. Our bodies were designed to perform physical activity. And what do you think happens when we just sit in the room using our phones, not seeing sun for days straight? Of course you will feel lazy and depressed, and your health will go down. That's why this step is extremely crucial. And it's always funny for me how most of the videos on the YouTube about studying is like top ways to taking notes to be productive. How the fuck taking notes for fat kid who plays video games is gonna change anything? Do you think by taking notes in a different way you will literally become the successful student? I don't think it's going to make any significant differences. But working out and removing instant gratification, these things will produce real results. The third thing is waking up early and being fasted. Again, this step is ignored by many people because, it's easier to watch some video about taking notes than taking real action. You have to wake up as early as possible. And you have to skip breakfast. Breakfast literally kills your productivity. I tested it myself for months, for years. And the only times I achieve anything productive is when I wake up early in the morning and I didn't eat anything until the lunch. You might say, oh, I feel hungry when I don't eat the breakfast and I feel unproductive. Right now, I fasted for 16 hours. The last meal I had was 16 hours ago and I feel amazing. My mind is clear. I feel productive. My mind is sharper than ever. The reason you might feel hungry is because your diet is fucked up, so your hormones were fucked up. And when your hormones are in the terrible situation, you feel hungry when you skip breakfast. So I think this topic is also nuanced and bigger than trying to fit it in the 2-minute point, but yeah, I should probably record videos about how to improve your diet, but just follow the principle that as early as you wake up, the earlier you wake up, the more productive you will be. And the less you eat at the breakfast, the more productive you will be. Yeah, I should probably record videos about the ways to achieve this. But actionable step is, as I already said, wake up as early as possible and try to improve your diet. That's it, guys. These 3 things are really going to change the way you study. Not some small tips about taking notes. I don't think it's going to change anything and make any difference in your productivity, but waking up early, removing instant gratification as much as you can, and doing physical activity. These all 3 core points of productivity are there. You have to follow those principles, like enhance them. For example, I specifically talked about removing social media for instant gratification, but you can, for example, stop eating junk food, for example, to remove instant gratification. And you also are improving your diet. You see, these are not the static points, these are principles. The more you remove instant gratification, the earlier you wake up, the more you work out, your productivity is going to increase. And one last thing I would like to add is the willpower effect. The willpower, I believe, works like a muscle in the body. So then when you work out, your muscle gives up. It's hurting for 2 days, but after it becomes stronger after you sleep. The same, I think, applies to the willpower. When you don't want to do something difficult, for example, I didn't want to record this video early in the morning, you just force yourself to do it. It's hard, but it's going to benefit your willpower muscle because you're working it, you're struggling, and the next time you use your willpower, it will be stronger. And the point about burnout, this principle is also similar to the muscle growth. When you overwork your muscle, like you work out it too much, then you don't get sufficient rest, sleep, in the case of muscles. Your muscle mass is going to decrease although you worked out. The same is with the willpower. If you overuse it too hard and then don't rest properly, like if you continue scrolling on TikTok after a hard study session, or you play video games instead of spending quality time with friends, you're going to get a burnout. You have to find a balance. You have to you have to make the task feel difficult, but don't overwork it. Like, start slow. And please don't forget that this is going to take time. By following this and by following and applying these principles, you're gonna see small changes that are going to compound after, let's say, 6 months. You're not going to see immediate changes after several months. Your grades are not going to go up 3 times. You will see results, but take your time. I built my discipline and everything I have through hard work and through time. And if you feel that you don't understand some points or you have difficulty in some parts, feel free to ask in the comment section. I will try to contact you privately and give you tips on how to resolve your issues.